Top 10 facts about love that everyone should know. Here are the top 10 facts about love that you should know, whether you're new to the idea of love or have been in love your whole life. Some are obvious and some are insightful, but they're all true. 1. Old love versus new love. Old love is measured by a person's ability to adapt. New love is measured by a person's courage to change. When two people are in old love, they're not willing to compromise for each other. However, when two people are in new love, they are willing to make sacrifices for each other. This means that if you have been together with your partner for a long time and things have become stale or routine, it may be time to consider ending your relationship. However, if you have only recently begun dating someone and things seem too good to be true, it may be best to hold off on calling it quits just yet. 2. What really makes a relationship last? The key to a successful relationship is obviously love, but what exactly does it take to keep love alive and well? In truth, there are a number of factors that can affect your relationship. While some play larger roles than others, all have some influence over your union. A long-lasting relationship is one of life's greatest gifts, but finding and maintaining that bliss isn't easy. What we think is love isn't always what makes relationships last, and often those things we see as deal breakers are actually signs of something much deeper. So if you want to know how to make a relationship last, look beyond lust and fairy tales. Find out what really makes a relationship last. 3. Modern relationships are more like seasons than boxes. Living in a world in which love changes just like everything else, people must not rely on it being constant or stable. Thus, before we dive into our list of facts about love, it's important to note that those in relationships may not even be able to agree on what constitutes love. Is it a feeling, a series of actions, an emotion and set of actions? The answer is both yes and no. There are many different kinds of love, and these kinds can change over time. But one thing remains true. You don't need to fall in love with someone to act lovingly towards them, and you don't need romantic feelings for someone to care deeply for you. 4. Modern relationships are fluid. According to Pew Research, in 1960, only 2% of Americans said that they had a relative who was in a same-sex marriage or domestic partnership. Today, more than 1/3, 36%, of adults say that they have a close friend or family member who is gay. And acceptance grows, so does exposure and education about what it means to be gay. And when people have more exposure and knowledge about something, their views are likely to evolve in response. Over 70% of millennials support same-sex marriage. 5. Being in a relationship is good for your health. Being in a healthy relationship provides your body with loads of positive benefits, from improved happiness levels to reduced risk of heart disease. What's more, being in love has been proven to reduce stress and anxiety, which can lead to better health outcomes for women. So if you're single, don't fret, there are plenty of ways to get all these benefits without a partner. And if you do have someone special in your life, be sure to show them how much they mean to you. 6. Meeting your partner's friends can tell you a lot about them. Your partner's friends can tell you about their values, their priorities, and their compatibility with you. But what can they tell you about your relationship? While it's unlikely that all of these things will happen to everyone, there are common signs when a relationship is reaching its end. Here are some of them. 1. You start to feel like your partner has become distant or withdrawn from you. This could be a sign that he or she is developing feelings for someone else, but it may also mean that he or she simply doesn't feel as strongly as before, which isn't necessarily bad news if both partners have been honest about not wanting something serious in the first place. 7. Part of being in love is falling out of it at times. Contrary to popular belief, falling out of love isn't an early sign of things going sour. It's a natural part of any healthy relationship. When you fall out of love with your partner, it doesn't mean you don't care about them anymore. It just means that you feel different about them now than when you first met and fell in love. As long as you can talk through those changes and expectations, your relationship will be better for it. 8. True relationships aren't based on physical attraction alone. The spark may be there, but it takes much more than physical attraction to make a relationship last. This is because love means different things to different people. In fact, most of us have a hard time defining exactly what love means for us. Some will argue that there are various kinds of love, and each type is unique. Others claim that we all experience one kind of love, romantic or intimate love. However you define it, you know when you're experiencing it. 9. How to tell if you should get married, but probably shouldn't. It's natural to want to be married, but don't feel pressured to tie the knot if it doesn't feel right. If you experience any of these warning signs, it might be time to walk away. You both have different ideas about where your relationship is headed. You and your partner may have widely different expectations for your future together. Maybe one of you wants to get married and start a family, while your partner is more focused on just having fun in the present moment. When two people with very different expectations are trying to make a relationship work, things can get ugly quickly. 10. There's no such thing as a perfect couple. There will always be conflicts, even in long-term relationships. But that's not a bad thing. A study from Princeton University showed that conflict can actually help deepen your bond with your significant other. Couples who never fought were initially happy, then over time they became distant and broke up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.